Right. Let's talk about the most interesting political gamble Britain has seen in years. Andy Burnham, the Mayor of Manchester, arguably the most popular politician in the country right now, is about to do something absolutely extraordinary. He's going to stand in a by-election in a seat that was once considered safe Labour territory, but is now a battleground between Labour and Reform. And he's doing it with one very clear ambition: to march into Westminster and challenge Keir Starmer for the top job. So here's where we are. Makerfield, a Wigan constituency that Labour has held since 1983, returned a Labour MP at the last general election by a majority of just 5,399 votes over Reform. That already sounds tight, doesn't it? Well, since then it's got a whole lot tighter. In this month's local elections, Reform didn't just do well in Makerfield. They won every single council ward. Everyone. They took around half the vote. Labour? Just over a quarter. That's the reality on the ground that Andy Burnham is walking into. But here's the thing. And this is where it gets genuinely fascinating. Burnham changes the maths entirely. Survation put Labour's chances of holding the seat at 0% without him. With him, 67%. That is a staggering shift for one man's presence on a ballot paper. YouGov currently records Burnham as Britain's most popular politician. 35% of people view him positively. Now compare that to Keir Starmer on 19%, or Wes Streeting, who also fancies a crack at the leadership, on just 12%. The contrast is stark. Sir John Curtis, the polling guru, put it plainly. His performances in mayoral elections go beyond what you'd expect. That's not just about winning, it's about how he wins. He's managed to make local politics feel connected to people's actual lives, something Westminster politicians have spectacularly failed to do in recent years, and in the northwest of England, that reputation runs even deeper. Since becoming Mayor of Greater Manchester in 2017, he's built a genuine following, not just a fan base, but real political trust. But it's not straightforward. It never is. There are three real obstacles here. The Green Party. They're not stepping aside. After their historic win in Gorton and Denton, 41% of the vote to Reform's 29% and Labour's 25%, they smell blood. They've already begun searching for a candidate in Makerfield. If the progressive vote splits again, it hands Reform a genuine path to victory. Though notably, Survation found that Burnham as candidate would have taken 47% in Gorton and Denton, pushing the Greens down to 25%. So his personal pull is real, the springboard problem. Some voters in Makerfield may feel he's using their constituency as a political stepping stone rather than genuinely wanting to represent them. It's a delicate optics issue, and one that's very hard to poll. The balancing act. Curtis described it perfectly. Burnham needs to campaign on Labour values, implicitly position himself as the authentic Labour alternative to Starmer, without ever explicitly criticising the sitting Prime Minister. That's a needle that would be difficult to thread even for the most seasoned political operator. And then there's the money. A Makerfield by-election alone could cost taxpayers up to £226,000. Fine, manageable. But if Burnham wins and vacates the Greater Manchester mayoralty, that triggers another by-election, and the 2024 mayoral race cost £4.7 million. So we're potentially looking at close to £5 million of public money just to facilitate one man's leadership ambitions. That's a conversation worth having. Here's what I keep coming back to. Josh Simons, the sitting MP who is giving up his seat to make this happen, said something rather profound on Friday. He said sometimes in history you take a risk on a fight you're not sure you can win, and that's what changes things. That's what shifts the course of events. Whether you back Burnham or not, this by-election is shaping up to be one of the most consequential votes in recent British political history. A Labour-safe seat that's now a Reform target, a popular mayor trying to thread an impossible needle, and a party leadership that might just be put on notice before he's even walked through the Commons door. Watch this space. And if you want more British political analysis like this, hit subscribe, because this story is far from over.